Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your man Myron Thomas Sr. back with another edition of Swear Entertainment, giving you all the latest sports and all that good stuff and everything else. Listen, week 3. I know I didn't do week 2, but move dog. But I did. Week 3 going into week 4 is crazy. Okay, right? First of all, you had the Jets completely destroying the Patriots, which right now, the New England Patriots are in complete rebuild. New coach, trying to find your quarterback. You got Jacoby Brissett as your quarterback, which, you know, he's already been through about, 3 teams, something like that already. Last year, he was also with the Browns, you know, or the year before, he was with the Browns, you know, so it's like their organization right now is like, you know, is in total chaos. The Jets with Aaron Rodgers, after, you know, a very unsuccessful year last year, hurting himself in the first game, it actually was kind of like his coming home or kind of breakout game. Very good game. But, you know, of course, you know, I had the Giants and the Browns. I actually, because I live in Cleveland, you know, I live in Cleveland, so actually I was very excited for this game. Nobody would take me on any bets for the game, even though I was trying to bet like $1,000 on the game, though. I was like, listen, if y'all gonna bet, let's bet. You know, let's make this shit real interesting. A little $100 and all that other stuff. Nah, I want, you know, let's bet. You know, I want, you know, was really, Malik Neighbors, really showed out that game. He had a very good game. Daniel Jones managed the game very well. And it was like, but the tricky part about the whole game was that they scored majority of the points in the first half and they didn't score really too many points in the second half, which that's like kind of the trend I'm seeing with the Giants this year, that they're scoring in the first half, but they're not scoring in the second half, you know, I mean, which is good, you know, but, you know, and just to like recap, they played Sunday, then they had to play again on Thursday. They played the Cowboys on Thursday, who the Cowboys just recently just got totally demolished by the Ravens. The Ravens ran all over them, even though it was only a 3-point victory for the Ravens, for the Cowboys, but the defense looked terrible. Offense did not, actually, that was their second, I believe that was their second loss, because the week before they had lost to New Orleans. And, you know, especially after week 1, after what they showed with the Browns, you were thinking that was, you know, that paying Dak Prescott all this money was worth it. Now you're kind of questioning it, like, was he really worth all that money? You know, you got the Bears and Colts, but you have 2 rookie. I mean, well, what's his name? Richardson. I think it's the quarterback for Indianapolis. He's still, it's only like his second year, because last year was his rookie year. He hurt himself, so he was out majority of the year. You got Caleb Williams, which I believe is kind of a overhype situation because of the situation he was at USC. Is it really transitioning to the pros? Surprisingly, the one team that everybody I got a dog. Move. Go sit down. I got a dog. Go sit down. Sit. Now go sit. Over there. Right? Sorry about that. But is the Vikings with Sam Darnold, because they really thought they really like Sam Darnold, been like not really a bust, but I believe like certain quarterbacks only work well in certain systems. you know, and they just need the right motivation. And I think he has his motivation. I mean, besides, you have one of the best wide receivers in the league in Justin Jefferson. So, you know, surprisingly, right now they are, actually, I think they're 4-0. No, yes, they're 4-0. You also have a lot of other surprisingly teams like Philadelphia is not as well. Actually, Philadelphia is being plagued by injuries because when you have two of the top receivers in AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, you turn around here and you don't have those weapons, and basically you have to rely on Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. It makes it kind of hard to turn around here and score points, and because especially if you got no deep threat downfield, you know. It's kind of time consuming, kind of keep dinking, dunking, you know, when you don't have that long threat. And, let's see. Then we have like, the Steelers are, I think they did lose, actually the Steelers are 3-1. And I would say the division right now, I mean, it's still early to tell, but like even in, Buffalo lost yesterday to the Ravens, which the Ravens right now have just improved to 2-2, which actually they started off 0-2 and then turn around here and then to bounce back and then to win the next two games to show, you know, that they are really trying to compete in the division. Pittsburgh with Justin Fields has really been awesome. I think Justin Fields was just in a bad situation in Chicago. So that means that he has to, you know, he's trying to prove himself. And I believe he is an NFL quarterback. He just has to be in the right system. And I believe Mike Tomlin as his coach, it seals the deal. It makes him a legitimate NFL quarterback. You have Cleveland at 1-3, and I remember I was listening to ESPN Radio. My dude Dale Davison actually hosts the morning show for the game, and they were saying, "Is the Browns really missing Nick Chubb?" And I just say it's not really the fact of missing Nick Chubb. Is that this year? I think it's the first year in a lot of years that we are actually seeing why running backs want to get paid the way they want to get paid. Right? That it, you know, when you got Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry and, you know, these guys, that their offense flows through them. You know, we can even see that even in, not having them in New York with the Giants, that the offense just does not flow right. You know, and it just, we're seeing that with a lot of the running backs in the league. And it's like, and so that like when you look at a team like the Browns, who arguably still have one of the #1 defenses in the league, and that that Deshaun Watson can be a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. And you have weapons. You got Judy. You got Cooper. You know, stuff like that. It's not that you don't have weapons. It's like, without having a running back now, it looked like now it's going like, okay, now we see why we need running backs and why the running back position is important. And that, you know, we kind of like overshadowed it because quarterbacks and receivers were just, you know, putting up astronomical numbers. And we were, even though, you know, Guy was a leading rusher, but we were just kind of just throwing it off to the side. So, and, you know, Houston is also starting off good with C.J. Stroud, the reigning Rookie of the Year, which he really deserved that. And everybody kind of gave him like that kind of like side eye when he got picked. Like, you know, they're like, I guess because of the success that he did not get in Ohio State, with not winning a national championship, with not beating Michigan, stuff like that created that thing that he's not a winner, that he can't, he can't perform at this level. And he's been proving that, he can compete on this level. We already know in the AFC West, Kansas City, and we got the Chargers, and they're the only team that really could debate in this division. Surprisingly, in the NFC East, Washington is winning the division, leading the division, with both Dallas and Philly both at 2-2, which, it's, and surprisingly, you got Tampa Bay leading the NFC South. But it's really, I realize it's shaping up to be a very interesting season. I'm looking for a lot of, like the Browns are waiting for Nick Chubb to come back. Is the real success of like Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay, is it for real, or is it just, just pure luck? Because he signed a 1-year contract last year. Led him to the playoffs, went past Philly in the first round, and ended up getting a 3-year extension. So, and actually, it seems like it's been panning out. He has awesome weapons in Tampa Bay with Mike Evans and dang it, I forget the other receiver. I was just watching that game yesterday. And the other receiver down there and I wish him success. The quarterback, Joe Flacco, who was with the Browns, who actually is the reason why the Browns got into the playoffs last year, not Deshaun Watson, and he had a great game. So it's looking like the two quarterbacks that you probably should have kept are looking better than the quarterback that you paid all this money for. And hopefully that the Browns can turn it around. I'm a true diehard Giants fan. I am not looking forward to the Giants really doing too much. I would say, like I was telling everybody, I'll be happy with 6 games, right? And it's just because of quarterback play. That Daniel Jones, he has streaks. He'll do one good drive, one bad drive. He'll do a good quarter, another bad quarter. It's not any consistency to him. And I'll be looking out for a lot of other teams, especially in the AFC, because you're looking at a lot of teams like, for instance, in the AFC North, where you have Cleveland and Cincinnati at the bottom of the list, but this is still early because they really haven't played nobody in the division yet. So this could flip really fast, and everything goes. And like I said, hopefully Nick Chubb is supposed to practice this week, and hopefully within the next week or two he's coming back. Hopefully Cincinnati can turn it around. And but I'm really happy for Justin Fields, and I've always given respect to Mike Tomlin, because at the time, he's been the coach for like the past 17 years in Pittsburgh. So he turns around here, and he has never had a losing record in that whole period of time. And he is a Super Bowl winning coach, also been to the Super Bowl twice, basically almost have made the playoffs almost every single year. I think except last year they didn't make the playoff, but they still were considered having a winning record, so it's a lot. I mean, and to see, I believe the sleeper team that everybody is kind of like, even though they lost last night, is Buffalo. I believe Buffalo is really playing with a big chip on their shoulders. Buffalo and Baltimore are the teams in the AFC that are playing with the biggest chip on their shoulders, because they're looking like, we got to play good, because they know one of these two teams is going to face Kansas City in the playoffs, right? I don't know in what round, right? Whether it be in the divisional round or if it be in the championship game, one of these two teams are going to be there. And if it's a rematch of Baltimore with last year, I believe that, you know, Baltimore really wants to prevent Kansas City from trying to go for a third Super Bowl. You know, and also Buffalo. I think that Josh Allen is really tired of all the, you know, like, he's good in the regular season, but can't make it in the playoffs. So I call it like kind of like the Michael Jordan syndrome when they were like, he gets scoring titles, but not championships, you know. And like he's a good quarterback in the regular season, but he can't make the playoffs or he can't get past, you know. So I would say them are the two teams I think that has the biggest chip on their shoulders coming into the season. They really try to go after the Kansas City Chiefs to dethrone them, to be able to catapult their franchises into that Super Bowl era. So, right, other than that, I'm going to get through to this Monday night. There's actually 2 Monday night games on right now. And we have the Dolphins and Titans and the Seahawks and Lions, which I don't know if Tua is still out with a concussion. No, because he went out in a concussion in like week 2 or something like that. And I believe I want to see Detroit attain the same success that they did last year. I look at them as one of the top teams in the NFC, and I believe that they will be back in the playoffs and possibly could get back to the NFC Championship game. So, from the interception of the opening series, diving for the first down marker and landing hard on his right shoulder. He knew it right away. I got move, sit. But other than that, I'm about to get back to the games and stuff like that. Hey, but like, comment, subscribe, and if you love sports like how I love sports, I also will be talking basketball too and everything because they just had media day, and I have a lot of comments about this current NBA season. But I'm just talking football right now. But other than that, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.